Little setback, but then I got my recall. I like the way I prayed on my downfall. Little setback, but then I got my recall. Said y'all prayed on my down the way I praying on my downfall. Liddy, that's a new track that's getting ready to come out. Good, my boy.
This nigga's already saw 5 minutes ago. He just did that for the camera.
Well, I didn't say nothing to him last time. This nigga is gay. He's gay.
I threw it out the room.
Alright, anyways. Yo, so we here. Today's your boy Flash, your boy Clef. Yo, we here today to talk about 2 trending topics. I don't even remember what the second one is, but I'm gonna figure it out by the time we end the first one. This is gonna be a good conversation. I want y'all to comment on this. Please comment on this. Share this video. It's gonna be crazy. So the first topic is blacks and white and how we feel about racism. So the reason why this conversation came up was because there was a white American female, and she made a status about black Americans taking care of their business, blah blah blah, and everybody went crazy on her.
I didn't even see the video.
Calling her racist. You didn't see it?
No, I didn't.
Dang, it was crazy. And they started calling her racist and all types of stuff. So it was crazy. So how do we feel about it? Wanna go first? Her argument was that the reason why she brought up the problems that's appearing in the black American communities was because she feels like everybody's eye is on the white Americans right now, and with police brutality and the white people shooting up schools, and she feels like there's not enough attention on the black American problems and what's going on now. She started bringing out statistics saying that it was more likely for a black father not to be in her son's life or in their child's life rather than a white person shooting up a school, which is politically correct. So how I feel about it is, I think her argument is valid, but what I can say is, her being a white American is not gonna be valid. So I think them calling her racist is not actually valid because she's not being racist. It's just the fact that her talking about a black community is just bad because she's white. So I don't feel like she's being racist. I feel like she said that she don't feel like a lot of people are bringing up what's happening in the black American community because they're scared of how black Americans are gonna react, and they scared of being called racist. So her argument was actually valid, but I did tell her, I ended up commenting on her live, I don't know if she ever seen it, but I told her that her argument was valid, her statistics was valid, but she has to watch how she says certain things because the status that she made, the way she said it was, it sounded awkwardly, but if you're not an ignorant black American, which most black Americans are, when they hear a white person go crazy, they just, oh, she's a racist. But then I think they take that to the head because they know that by definition, black people can't be racist. We're just prejudiced. So I think they take that to the head, like, oh, well, we can't be racist. But I think it's just a white person says something about black, then they're racist. If a black person says something about white, so that's just my opinion. I feel like her argument was valid, but the way she worded it was terrible. She needs to correct that. And yeah, so that's how I feel about it.
Well, being that I didn't see the video, I really don't know what's going on.
Nigga, I just explained. It was a white American female, and she made a status about black Americans taking care of their business, blah blah blah, and everybody went crazy on her. Nigga, I just explained what just happened.
But still, like, I
How don't you know a white girl brought up issues in the black community, they called her racist? How do you feel about it?
I don't know. I don't have a lot of political views when it comes to that type of stuff. I really don't be into that type of stuff. I don't know.
And this is what's wrong with our society.
All right.
The
Don't
youth
do that.
is
Don't
our
do that.
future, and with people like him trying to count himself out of it, that's just one less voice to, you know what I'm saying, clear up the world. But he'll never understand.
I don't be into that stuff. We focus on more important things.
Like what? What's more important than what's happening in our day-to-day community?
Me getting my grades up, me getting, I don't care
absolutely
about.
not. That's a selfish comment right there. That can start up a whole nother conversation. He's talking about him by himself, but he's not caring about what's happening in our Black American community. This boy is not black. I don't know what he is. He like
I have more problems to think about in school than some social media stuff.
it's not just social media. It's not just social media. It's life period. In person, social media, all of that.
I hear you.
See, I need my sister a lead here because me and her could go crazy on stuff like this. This nigga, all he care about is basketball and some bullcrap.
I care about getting my education.
Well, you're lessening your education by taking yourself out of the political world. He just said he don't care about what's happening in the,
I don't care
in the
about
politics. If the politics is what's causing our world right now. Trump being president, that's a big thing in what's happening in your day-to-day life. What's happening in the politics is what's gonna cause you to about your education, in your basketball, in your grades. The way they run it in the politics, in the government, what does that all boil down to? You can't have no education if the government take away education.
I'm just saying, what is her being racist or whatever the fuck? Oh, whatever the heck she's doing on social media got to do with me.
So now y'all see what I'm talking about. This boy is ignorant to
I just
the
don't
world.
care. I just don't care about what she talks about. It doesn't affect me.
So now y'all see he's ignorant to the world, and ignorant meaning, for those that don't know, lack of knowledge. That's what he is to the world. Period. So yeah. So y'all can clearly tell who's the in life real. He's like, he do all like the book stuff. He about the grades and stuff. I'm about the real world and what's gonna actually get me to survive in life. Because reading a book for 30 hours and taking a test on it is not gonna tell me who I'm gonna be in life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all remember? Shout out to I forget his name, ACM business partner though. I will comment his name, but shout out to him. He said one of the most brilliant things I ever heard.
To the news, you listen to the society in general, the goal for people, I mean, we tell kids, go to college so you can then get out of college with a bunch of debt and go punch a clock.
Yep.
I don't get that.
Don't be that person.
What if punching a clock is like you want to be a certain career and you have to get education to get that certain career, like being a doctor. You can't just not go to school and be a doctor.
I mean, but that's being a doctor.
There's a lot of jobs that you have to go to school for.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm a guarantee, and this is a guarantee, that most of my friends or people that I went to high school with, I guarantee I'll be making way more money and they're gonna have a higher education. I promise you that. Mark my words. On, let me see, what's today's date? Monday, March 26, 2018. At 11.
Fake stuff I'm talking about.
At 11:16. It's all about what you want to get and how you gonna go get it. So they make it. They're really making it. It's like poison. I think schools poison your mind, and it's so tradition to go to high school, then go to college, then get a career. But I know people that went to college, got crazy degrees, and still paying off debt from college from 50 years ago. Is that gonna be me? Absolutely not. Why do I want a doctorate degree and I'm still paying off $50,000 in college? Or $40,000? You see what I'm saying?
If you get a doctor's degree, usually the job that you get will limit that bill. If I'm saying that in the right way. So
it's not gonna limit it. It's just gonna make it easier to pay it off. Like you're gonna pay it off faster, but I'm not paying it off nothing. Why
say if you have $50,000 worth of debt after college. If you have a job that pays, I don't know, let's just make it $100,000. Obviously, soon that's going to be gone, and by the money that you get accumulated over the time, that debt is going to be gone soon.
Now let me school you real quick. So you said $50,000 in debt, and you making $100,000 a year, right?
That was just a random number, but
Yeah, but all right. Say you get a good job and you getting paid $100,000 a year. Boom. So say you getting paid $100,000 a year, and you have to pay $50,000 in debt. That first year, if you pay it, how you gonna pay it? That first year, that $50,000 is $50,000 less you could have had in your pocket, but now you got to pay it to debt. So now you're $50,000. $50,000 shorter of what you would have had in your total time.
But when people go to school, I'm not saying all people, because there's a lot of people I know who went to college and still don't make a lot of money. But for a good amount of people who go to school and get good jobs after, when they get their good jobs,
They still pay off mad debt, and that's less money they're gonna have in the long run.
but if you didn't go to school, not everybody makes. Do you know, if you really want to put up statistics about the amount of cash that people make without without having a high school degree, rather than having a high school dropout, a high school degree, and then a college degree, and then anything after a college degree, what is it the word called? Basically, there's a different sum of money that a person averagely makes.
Do you know why? Because people are so stuck on this high school, college, career idea that people are so ignorant to not know that there's other opportunities. So people automatically are installed in their mind at a young age that, oh, if I don't go to college and I don't get this piece of paper, that I'm never gonna make this much money. But why do they think that? Because that's what that's what we are taught when we're raised. But
That's
why
not
allow
totally 100% true though.
Why isn't it?
Because
You
I
just said
still know people who who didn't go to college and still makes a lot of money. For example, my mom, she didn't go to college. Well, she went to college, but being that she had my brother, she wasn't able to finish college, and now she has a career where she still makes a lot of money.
But you said that your statistics
But
are
statistically, if you go by average amount of people in the United States, the people with the college degrees tend to make more throughout a whole
Why?
lifetime.
Why though? Why do they tend to make more?
Because when you have that piece of paper, you get the better jobs, and that's just real stuff.
And not because everybody isn't as educated as people like your mom or my dad. Like my mom went to college, but my dad didn't. My dad didn't go to college, and he's making crazy money. But guess what? Everybody is not blessed to get the knowledge or have the communications to understand that I don't have to go to college to make this much money.
Which
my
is
dad
true,
didn't,
but
my dad never went to college, and guess what? He's making money. But why? Because he had the connection, he talked to people, he knew stuff that people aren't teaching. We're not teaching our kids or our students at a young age, like, hey, what are we teaching our kids? Oh, after you graduate high school, go to college. That's what we're teaching them. We're not teaching them, oh, there's other ways in life. And this is what kills me. This is what kills me right here. People always say it's more likely for you to get paid crazy money if you go to college. But then they always tell somebody after their first year in college, oh, college isn't for everybody. So now you're trying to tell me that making money or getting a lot of money is not for me? If you're telling me that college is not for me, but then you're saying that college is almost the only way to make this big amount of money, now you're trying to tell me I'm pretty much not capable to make that much money because college isn't for me?
But not everybody is able to do the schoolwork though that comes with college.
My point exactly. So if college isn't for me, you're trying to tell me that my likelihood of making a lot of money is low because college isn't for me?
Statistically wise, it does.
And why is it like that? Because that's what people are teaching. That is what's installed in our minds at a young age.
So you honestly feel like it's the right thing to teach your kids that, all right, after
That
high school, you don't
have to go to college to make money.
But
Yes, I think that is.
But let's be honest. So let's be honest real quick. So if you own a business and you have two applicants, one person who just graduated high school and one person who graduated from Harvard, who are you picking?
It depends on what the business is.
Whatever business. Okay, so let's say it's a marketing job, and you have a person who just came out who came out of high school. He knows how to talk to people, a regular everyday person, and then you have a person who just came out of Harvard who took marketing. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna take the person that just came out of high school? I mean, the person that just came out of high school didn't go.
Let me tell you a funny story. With my business, Boom. You got a kid that was 20 years old, serving 2 for 20s, never went to college. And he's gonna make more money than probably you if you go get your doctorates. I can guarantee you he's making more money than almost anybody you know.
How
with a
often
high
does that
degree.
happen?
Not often. Why? Because people aren't taught that. Is my point. You're proving my point. It's not likely
taught?
because people aren't taught that you can make that much money. It's about you going to get
So
it.
you tell me all the options in the world where people, besides your business, you tell me all the options in the world that people without going to college can make a lot of money.
Athletes.
Come on, I'm talking about real. Not everybody's going to go to the. Not everybody's going to go to no NBA. Not everybody. You know, it's a 0.01 chance that everybody, a person could go to the NBA and stuff
It's
like
not. What is it? Just the NBA?
that. NBA, NFL, baseball, it don't matter.
Boxing. What?
It don't matter. It's
How-
just a slim chance.
You don't have to go to school at all to box.
Okay, but it's a slim chance to be a professional athlete.
Floyd Mayweather can't read.
Like I said, it's a slim chance
It's
of
not.
being an athlete.
It's not.
All right,
It's
so
about how you go get it and what your connections are.
oh my god. So
What?
you say so if that's the case, then everybody should be professional athletes. 'Cause I know a lot of people who work hard.
Fuck it.
That's not how it works.
Why? Yo, this is, you see what I'm saying? Why is it not how it works? Because that's what we are taught. That's what people install in your brain. Somebody installed this into your brain that it's not going to happen for you. But guess what? Whatever you want to happen for you is going to happen.
Are you serious?
Whatever you want to happen for you, somebody could tell me, oh, your business is not going to work for you. But guess what? I'm going to get it and I'm going to be making that money. And I'm going to be a millionaire before you graduate college.
Okay, so all right, so let's put it like this. So if you have a kid, and obviously when you have a kid, you're
I'm
not
not
going
forcing them to go to college.
All right, I'm not saying it. So obviously when you have a kid, you don't want to kill no kid's dreams. So if a kid say I want to go to the NBA, or any professional athlete, any profession, in a sports way. So if a kid say, oh, I want to be a professional player, and it doesn't happen, so what happens after that?
What do you mean what happens after that? Same thing that happened to me. But except for my kids are going to be taught at a young age that there's other opportunities.
I like the way I prayed on my downfall. Little setback, but then I got my rig. Said y'all prayed on my downfall. I proved that y'all ain't right. All y'all do is walk around shooting guns and trying to fight. But we